Put it on. Will you keep drinking? Will you keep drinking water once you're done with this? Just
yeah. But like, I'll probably have. I'll replace one with a Gatorade Zero.
Yeah, because that's your thing. You have a right. Like you enjoy the.
I like having one of those.
Yeah. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Stokastic.com live before lock 2 in a row. Yeah, Thursday. You know what this means, man? We are 2 weeks from the start. 2 weeks from, I gotta fix that. Is that better?
It'd be better if you turned it off.
2 weeks from the start of the NFL season, Josh.
Dude, I have not been able to sleep because of it.
I know. Christmas for adults. It really is. When I wake up that Sunday on the first week of the season, just fully erect.
I mean, that's how I wake up too, and it has nothing to do with football.
I was going to say, that's usually an issue regardless. Well, some may call it a blessing, but
I'll be real sad when it stops happening. That's for sure.
Same. I don't think anytime soon for me. I mean, just popping big trouser action every morning.
It's like waking up with a 50-ounce bottle in my pants.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what it's like.
No. It's not.
Yeah.
I got a shot glass.
You're just hanging out under the blanket with a flashlight?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, happy to have you. Sorry about that. We got live before a lot. Several games to talk about. So should be a good one. Actually, 5 games today. You know what I was just thinking about this when I was going over like the lines and the totals and the weather and everything. Feels like we haven't had any bad weather for any of the shows that we've done together in weeks now.
I know, and I would really like it. Basically, since that whole storm came up the East Coast, it kind of just
That's what it was. The weather here has been gorgeous in the Northeast, man.
Dude, I went for a walk at the lake this morning at 6:45 or 7 o'clock. Holy shit, was it amazing. It's like 50, 55. It was honestly pretty brisk. Had to put the hoodie on, but not a cloud in the sky. The lake was steaming because the temperature was low. Man, I was very happy to be there.
Perfect.
Yeah. It wasn't 85 on that walk like it had been for me for the previous week.
Yeah, it's so much different. By the way, I don't know if any of you guys have kids or not, and we'll dive into it right now, but I'm going on a walk. I got, Jordan and Cam. I got the 2 girls with me, my wife and the dog and everyone. We're just going for like a nighttime walk before bed to make sure we don't lose our fucking minds, and we passed. I meant to tell you this story. So you know how kids don't have filters in the sense that like they just don't understand tact, right? Like they don't understand any of that. Yeah, so we go by and we see this mom and 3 kids sitting out there. And well, I see them, but I don't look close. I see the 2 boys and the girl. And I didn't look at their faces or anything. It's in the neighborhood. And Jordan goes, my 3-year-old says, we pull up to him because we know the mom, but I didn't know that this girl, she's like, Mom, her teeth are sticking out. And I hear Justine go, yeah, a little bit. And I didn't want to look. Dude, I turn around and it was probably like a 6-year-old girl. When I talk about like the full out, like just like if you've had a pacifier for your entire life and it just pried them out of your mouth for years, right? Think about that in your head. Like, and the eyes are kind of like this and like this. And she won't shut up about it. Now I'm Justine's pulling her hair and she goes, Daddy, can you tell her to close her mouth? And so she's in her little bike that like she pedals, but I can still push it. She won't shut up. So I start pushing her and she turns. She's usually super shy. She looks and goes, why are your teeth sticking out of your mouth? In front of the mom, Josh. I've never been so humiliated in my life. But at the same time, I get about 50 feet down the road and I keel over with laughter because she doesn't understand it. I'm telling you right now, because you think about it, you're a girl. She thinks that she's purposely jamming these teeth out of her mouth, telling her to close her mouth, asking her why they're like that. Now, first of all, this poor girl, like she's going to get bullied to all hell. But my kid's sitting there just hitting her with that, just pummeling her with remarks and questions and like degrading remarks that she has no idea.
Have you thought about teaching your daughter about bullying, or is that not something you do in your house?
Yeah, I brought her home and I was like, listen, if you see something that may be strange, with somebody, don't tell anybody that. Envious said, you mean she looked like Buddy Hield? Well, no, because Buddy Hield just kind of has like the horse teeth. This was like the buck teeth that were sticking out over the lips. And I tell her, and she's like, yeah, but Daddy, why were her teeth sticking? Like she was perturbed by this. Like really, it really hit her deep. So how do you explain that to a 3-year-old?
The right way?
No.
Be like, look, that girl's just gonna suck forever.
Yeah. And then the next time she sees her, she's going to say the same thing. All right. Nobody cares. I thought I'd tell you though, because like when you're the dad there trying to get her away and she won't shut up about it.
I would you just got to walk away. You just got to pick her up and leave.
Oh, I ran immediately. Away. I didn't even say bye, which is even more awkward. Yeah. So bad. But my reaction when I saw who she was talking about, and in my head, I go, oh my God, she's right. Right?
Just a human can opener.
Yeah. Anyway. All right.
It's fine. When you need to open a soup, that girl's the one you want to have in the house.
Yeah. Or my bottle cap on a beer.
Oh, yeah.
Just anyway. Talks.
Can you imagine if she got real good at it, just snapping them off in front of you? Oh my God.
You know what? Like if it ends up being a problem and she doesn't get extensive dental work, be a great party trick in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you just
go out there.
Where's the beaver?
Build a log cabin.
Get the beaver. Yeah. It's sad, but whatever. That's why we have good dental stuff. Yeah, whatever. Hopefully her parents don't watch the show. Ready to talk some baseball?
Yeah.
All right. Dive into it a little bit. Happy to have you guys with us. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. It goes a long way. We're greatly appreciative. Atone for your sins this wonderful Thursday morning. Eagles got Jahan Dotson too. That was pretty sweet this morning. But anyway.
From my skins?
Yeah. Hey, whoa there, buddy.
You can say skins.
You can?
I think so.
So can I call Cleveland the Deans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was told. Yeah.
Garrett Cole.
So, I mean, I've seen like good people get traded. What did they trade him for? Like a 27th round draft pick?
John Dotson's not bad. Is their wide receiver 3? It's pretty solid. It was Dotson and a 5th for an Eagles 3rd and 2 7ths.
I'll never understand NFL trades. They don't. You look at an NBA trade, you're like, all right, I get it. They got to spend a lot of draft capital to bring in Rudy Gobert or whatever. And you look at an NFL one, it's like, oh, they traded the third best wide receiver in the league. And I don't know, I guess because he makes a lot of money, it's like a 4th round pick, but sometimes it's 2 firsts.
It is
like,
strange. But basketball's also like 4 second-round picks from 2059.
Yeah.
So, it's.
I've never looked at an NFL trade and thought, like, I understand the balance of that.
Well, also the potential of hitting someone in the 3rd round is exponentially higher than hitting like a late second in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there is that. If you look at it from that angle, draft picks in the NFL are massively more valuable once you get down the picks than the NBA is. Like lottery picks are, in essence, the only thing that really matters in the NBA.
That is weird. So the guy, completely unrelated, the guy whose dad passed while I'm home, his name's Kyle. I just got a random spam text and it starts, "Hi Josh, it's Kyle." And I was like, all right, well, he would never fucking send me a text like that ever. Like we've been best friends for 30 years. That would not be the like original salutation. "There are new private PPO health coverage plans with no or low deductible options. Can I send you an estimate?" I'm getting spam texts.
I get a lot of them, dude. I got one the other day right after you got yours, and
I'm so sick of them.
Went back and forth with them. All right.
Kamala Harris's radical soft on crime policies puts families at risk.
Let's go. Cole, Peralta, Steele, Beto, Springs. All right, so we've got a lot here to get into. Should we kick this one off with Justin Steele against Detroit? Because that ownership is very high for a 5-game. You're looking at over 50% of the field, 9K, good matchup. We'll get to Cole, Peralta, these type of guys, but I think we probably start with Steele. Lowest total on the slate goes to the Tigers at 3.6.
You'll be surprised to hear that I have 66% of Justin Steele and I have 12% of the Tigers. So this one is very, very, very normal for old Josh. Tigers suck. Steele's good. Enough strikeouts that you feel good about it. Tigers have the lowest implied total on the slate. I think Steele at 9K is very clearly the best pitching option you could roster, and I will be rostering him and stacking against him, particularly with Matt Vierling and Spencer Torkelson, assuming they're both in the lineup, which just came out, and they are. I think I bet Andy Ibanez too to homer.
Yeah, wait, you said your highest owned. Hold on a second.
No, they're my 3rd highest owned stack.
Okay. 3rd highest owned stack. Because somebody said Sean V was in a coma.
Yeah, I can't figure out if he's serious or not.
I looked his name up on.
Because Eric would definitely say that in chat and it not be true. So
is this the same Sean? Because I have his last name here. Is that the same Sean that's on IMDb?
Yes.
Wait, really? He was an actor?
I don't know what he did, but yes, allegedly, yes.
Wow, how about that? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But whether or not that's
Eric
true, I don't know.
Eric can't be serious about that, right?
I said proof or stop. Like it's one or the other.
He hasn't tweeted since the 3rd. And he tweeted like 858 times on the 3rd of August. Oh my God, he tweets so much.
Maybe Yahoo stopped giving out those like this guy is 2 for 7 against righties on a Tuesday tips, and now he doesn't know how to get his info.
Bug Boy just got 104% ROI in the single lineup sim.
Yeah, Bug Boy strikes me as someone that would run the full sim and then use that and say that he got the right answer.
Well, let's see. Anyway.
I don't trust Bug Boy.
Yeah, Bug Boy doesn't like us. He hangs, but he doesn't like me. Jeffrey Springs.
I mean, like, be a bug man for once.
Right. When do you go from the boy to the man?
Usually around puberty, which apparently hasn't happened. One day those balls will drop.
How much Jeffrey Springs do you have?
20%.
20%?
Yeah. Which is, right around the field, 8K. Price tag really works. Certainly a decent enough strikeout matchup against Oakland. Park really helps. You're just always nervous about the power on the opposite side for Oakland.
You are. I mean, the power versus lefties too is another thing.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's another one where you're like, okay, that's a little bit concerning. But at the same time, there is some strikeout stuff there.
Yeah.
From a matchup perspective, when you go down the list, like Cal Quantrill, it's not a bad matchup, but it's Cal Quantrill. I mean, actually, let me dig into that for a second with you. How viable is a guy like Cal Quantrill today at 6K flat?
Based on everything that I'm doing today, Cal Quantrill is worth nothing. I have 1 share.
All right. What about in the opposite side of this matchup, Patrick Corbin? I mean, look, there's very few redeeming qualities about Patrick Corbin outside of probably the best matchup in baseball against Colorado. And it's not in Colorado.
Corbin, Quantrill, Nats, Rockies is about as dog shit as you're going to piece together. That's pretty bad. I have 16% Corbin, so I'm going to really not enjoy that experience. I don't want to have him, but I do. This game is tough because you can justify sort of every piece of it because of the matchup. Like, yeah, you don't like Cal Quantrill, and it's not a great strikeout matchup against the Nats, but it's not like they're super talented. You don't really like Corbin, but he gets to face the Rockies outside of Coors. That's fine. But at the same time, like both of these offenses have pretty decent implied totals for today because they're facing pitchers that aren't any good. I've got chunks of I've got 11% of the Nats, 10% of the Rockies, 16% of Pat Corbin. The only thing that I don't really have here in this matchup is Cal Quantrill, so he's probably going to spin a gem.
I don't ever feel good about Corbin, but the matchup definitely stands out. Like, I mean, Colorado is just a terrible baseball team.
Dude, I have their strikeout rate today at 28%. They have 4 dudes in the lineup that project north of 30.
Yeah. Yeah, 28% against lefties, active roster, highest in the league.
They do. Eric said Corbin no-hitter incoming. That was Mania yesterday. I opened it up with my nice stand on the Orioles, and they did not have a hit through 3 or 4 innings, and Mania was mowing him down.
No, 5. He had a perfect game.
He went 5. I only saw it at that point, and then I knew I didn't have to pay attention any longer.
He had a perfect game going into the 6th.
Fantastic. Yeah. That went really well. Those days are always really fun when you have jams stacked to the opponent.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was also an odd early slate. Like there wasn't a ton that popped off.
Oh, it sucked. It sucked so bad.
Probably one of those slates where you want like a 3-2-2 or something like that we discussed.
Yeah, everything I did was the wrong thing, that's for sure.
Or would it be a 3-3-2? Yeah, 3-3-2, right? But yeah, I don't know. I guess when I look at this, I go, yeah, Gavin Williams against the Yankees, that doesn't feel great.
No.
What about, all right. I have to go through all of these guys because unlike Tuesday where so many guys that just weren't viable at all, so many of these guys are viable. They're just, you don't feel good about it. So like Corbin, getting to Corbin's just going to be a product of this slate. It's going to happen. But what about Beto at 6,300 against Tampa? I mean, you and I have talked about this over the last couple of weeks, kind of at length, with this active roster just being really rough. I mean, okay, take every team in baseball against righties right now. Only the Angels and White Sox have a lower WRC plus. I mean, they're tied with the Angels. So only the White Sox have a lower WRC plus against righties. 141 ISO for Tampa Bay is bottom 4 as well. And then their K rate continues to climb. It's 26%, tied for second with the Rockies against righties. And they're in Oakland. Like this is a very good spot. Beto's coming off 2 6-inning combined 3 hits, no runs in those games with 11 Ks. He's been really good recently. And that was against San Francisco and then against Toronto. I don't know, man. He has 6, 5, and 6 strikeouts over his last 5. There's something here.
I have 12%. kind of wish I had more. Just from like if you piece it all together with how unappealing the Rays have been against righties, the fact that you're in a park that really is going to not hurt you from a power perspective. The fact that he's 8,300 is really the limiting factor. You would just expect him to be cheaper, and he's not. But at the same time, in this spot for this 5-gamer, I kind of wish I had more than 12%. I mean, I have his implied ownership higher than his current ownership. It just so happens that I'm just spending up a lot more. I'm very concentrated on Cole, Peralta, and Steele. But yeah, Osvaldo Bido, way better than I was ever anticipating him looking today.
I think I like him over everyone not named Justin Steele.
I'm gonna have a hard time saying that I'm gonna put him ahead of Cole or Peralta.
I might like him more than anyone on the slate.
Really?
I mean, first of all, he's one of the most positively leveraged pitchers we have. We have him with a 22% top 2 pitcher probability, 16% ownership.
I got it at 20, so I'm right with us.
Yeah. At Freddie Peralta, we have it 24.8. We have Bido at 22. Except he's getting considerably more ownership. He's $1,000 more expensive, doesn't have as good a matchup. Garrett Cole can dominate against anybody, but Cleveland's not a team that strikes out at a high clip.
18% against righties.
18%. I really like him here.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I just think he's a little too expensive, and that's why I'm not getting more.
I could see that being the case. I don't really
like
have
if you flip-flopped his price and Springs' price, that would get really interesting.
If I flip-flopped his and Springs' price, it wouldn't even be a question. Well, they're what, $300? I thought Springs was cheaper.
Yeah, but I mean, well, that's a $600 swing to the two of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like him here.
Because they're just sitting in that like nothing else is in the 8K range. So like I just prefer Springs to Bido. And that is limiting, even though I don't want to.
Tampa's just been so bad.
Yep. Yeah. 87 WRC plus against righties, sub 300 on base percentage. The only one of 2 teams to have a sub 300 on base percentage.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The only other one is the stupid. Oh no, sorry, 3 teams have it: Tampa, Detroit, and the White Sox. Which, 2 of those you're not surprised by.
Man, Bido, yeah, 24% K rate. But also, like, you look at some of these teams he's faced from a strikeout perspective, and they don't strike out. Like, he's faced a lot of teams that don't have high K rates, and it's still at 24%.
I did not expect to have an extended conversation about Osvaldo Bido today.
Me neither, but I think it's warranted.
I completely agree. He's been a little lucky this year, but nothing crazy.
No,
Certainly getting swinging strikes. Certainly getting swinging strikes. Like a little loose on the walks, but nothing too crazy.
What other pitchers should we talk about here?
I mean, do we want to touch on Peralta? I don't think there's much to say. Like matchups, average. He's a good strikeout guy. Strikeout matchup is probably not great. St. Louis is 23rd in strikeout rate against righties, 106 WRC plus. He just has a high ceiling. He's just a guy that, could go out there and strike out 10 today, and you wouldn't really be shocked that you saw it. But like I have 28% right around the field. He's just a guy that profiles as an average arm for today. Let me see what his alt prop is. All right, 8+ for Freddie Peralta.
8+, you say?
Yeah.
Mm, 8+ against St. Louis. 220?
290.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say 340. That was my guess.
No, I'm close. I mean, I'm there. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Does Beto have a K prop?
Let's find out. Beto alt prop. You want to go 8+?
Sure. 510?
You looked it up.
What is it?
520.
Oh, I'm good.
Now you.
That's pretty good.
Darboy wants to know about Arrighetti. I'm not going to roster him on this one because you won't get any points.
Yeah, not on the slate. We will have a live before lock for tonight, though.
Yeah.
So wait a second. I mean, hold on. Let me get the. I'm going to bet that. Make sure. I just want to get that bet in real quick because that seems like a pretty. You look on FanDuel for that.
Yeah.
I think it's fully attainable in this matchup with how he's played.
I don't think it's a crazy line at 520.
I actually think it's decent. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's right where I thought it was. Hold on. Where are you at on Cole is my question.
I have 46. He's my second most exposed pitcher. I think what it's telling me, just based on the way that I'm seeing it, is salary not all that important today. And getting to a $9,600 Cole isn't really all that limiting. There's enough lower price bats that you can round this out.
Plus 414 on Caesars. Plus 425 on DraftKings. So FanDuel's clearly where the value is.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet it while we're on.
I'm gonna do it right now, actually.
Same.
Because
I can bet FanDuel from my browser when I'm home. I can't do it from here.
The FanDuel, why? Because it can't locate you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's dog shit.
It's incredibly annoying, man. I basically bet everything from my phone now because the geolocation, no matter how many times I download it, gives me trouble. Like all the time. The way to do it if you're having an issue is just use your hotspot, but then it's just slower. You know, it's not great.
All right. Bets in for Beto. 8+. Now I don't feel bad about not having as much. Because at least he'll buy back some of my entry fees if he goes for 8+.
What'd you throw down on it? A unit?
$25, quarter unit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll go
something light.
Well, what I'm gonna do is actually, you know what? I'm gonna ladder it.
There you go.
So I'm gonna go.
You going 6, 7, 8?
Well, I'm gonna go 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So alt strikeouts. Yeah, I'll go. I suppose I could just do 150, 25.
I like that.
Yeah. So 100 on 6. By the way, 6 strikeouts for Beto is still plus money. All right, there we go.
I miss the sim days when the host would shave their eyebrows for likes. I don't know what that is.
Eric did that once, but he like half-assed it. I thought he was going to do the whole eyebrow, and he just took a nick out of it.
I don't think I know this.
Yeah.
No. I lost an eyebrow once.
I'm not entertaining this. Miles Michaelis against Milwaukee.
That is true. Somebody shaved it off of me, passed out drunk at a party.
That's a dirty trick, honestly.
Somebody's the girl's older brother at the house.
It's fucked up. Yeah.
I wasn't really in any position to do anything about it. I just woke up without it.
Who do you like more, Beto or Springs? I actually like Beto more than Springs tonight.
I have more Springs. I like Beto more.
Okay.
I don't think that's like helpful, but it's just that's the case. Like I like what we talked through. On paper, I like Beto more. I just don't have it.
Let's get into some stacks here. We'll use the single lineup sim, talk through our stacks. You guys already know, Bug Boy and a lot of people in chat constantly talking about the single lineup sim that we just released. It's awesome. It's an awesome tool. We'll have it for football. All of that stuff will be out there. So if you want to check that out, link in the description, chat, a week, a month, whatever, for that package, or you want the full Sims package, we got you covered there as well. All of the data is included with any of those, like the top stacks, top pitchers, top hitters, ownership, player projections, lineup, lineup builder, or no, lineup generator, all of that stuff, premium Discord. So like everything's included. The only difference if you get the lower package is that you can't generate as many lineups in the contest generator for the sim. And a lot of people won't even need that. So,
yeah.
Or you just want to win a free month of this, or 2 free months, or a free month of all access for every sport. Just use the avatar wherever you play. Stochastic.com/HOF. Download one of those 6 beautiful avatars, use them wherever it is you play, and finish top 3 in a field of 5,000 or more. Tweet us your wins. It's StochasticHOF on Twitter. That's it. That's simple.
Very easy.
You can win multiple times in a year now. We completely revamped it. So there's like thousands of dollars worth of stuff that you could win within a year. So it's well worth your time to get those subscriptions just by rocking the avatar.
It costs you nothing, and you could have massive, massive benefits if you succeed. But
correct,
your net cost to doing this will be $0 no matter what.
Yep. That's exactly how it is. I'm sure that picture of your dog and everything is nice, but you have that on your phone. You have that everywhere else. It's not going to make you money.
No, it isn't.
All right. So talk to me about some stacks here. I want to build a lineup with Beto in it. That's my first thing. I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Because we do have him positively leveraged.
I'm going to start my sim quickly, and then I can get into building out a couple of these. Who do you want to go with Beto is the question.
I'm fine with really anybody. I'm fine with Justin Steele. I don't think we have to get all that crazy.
No, I think Steele makes the most sense. You on the same page there?
With Steele, yeah, absolutely.
Just, we're already going to Beto. Like, that's probably enough.
I would say Beto and Steele makes the most sense. And that gives us, what?
A lot.
4,100 per player remaining.
Yeah. More than enough, I feel confident in saying. All right.
Yeah.
1,
Let's
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Delete. All right. I got Beto in. Oh, I'm on main. All right. I got Beto in. 25%. Beto Steele. 4,100 a person. Where do we want to go for a stack? That's the big question now.
So looking at our top stack tool, you can go pretty much anywhere here. You want to go Washington, Milwaukee, Yankees, Colorado, Cubs. Granted, pricing comes into play here if you're looking at a Yankee stack or something like that. I have some interest in Colorado. I know people are saying that Corbin's gonna throw a no. I have some interest in Washington, but I'm not writing either of those teams off today at all.
How do you feel about the Guardians since we don't have Cole?
I don't love it.
Okay. Do you want to go A's?
We could do A. What about the Cubs against Kenta Maeda?
I don't have an issue with it.
Any weather there? No real considerable weather.
No, everything is totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a Cubs.
Want to try it? Okay, let's try Cubs. So we have Beto, we have Steele. Still some room to work with. Where do the Cubs rank out as far as value goes? Yeah, they're one of the better value stacks, value score. They have the 3rd best stack score in the tools.
I mean, that lines up pretty well. We have Steele, so that, a little bit of correlation there.
I think you just lost your mic connection, whatever you were on.
You can't hear me?
I can, but it didn't. Maybe you were closer to it. It sounded muffled.
Oh, I don't know where the microphone
Now
is
you
on my
sound
lap.
fine.
I don't have my actual microphone here today. This
Yeah,
is
you
just
sound
the
fine.
MacBook, but
let's try Cubs.
Let's do it. I'm building out a test lineup for myself quickly. See where it stands, and then we can hash out the best pieces of this Cubs lineup. Let's see. First try. Large contest, 25 to first. Beto Steele. 5-man Cubs. 2-man Nats. 1-man Yankees. Gets me to 5%. So we're going to throw that one directly in the trash and figure it out from there. So.
Well, that's concerning if that was a stat. Like, I mean, how are we going to get it much higher than that?
Oh, that was just me like winging it.
But that was a Cub stack with 2 Yankees and our pitchers.
Yeah. All right. So let's figure out what we want from the Cubs.
All right. Well,
I think 1, 2, 3, 4 is pretty close to guaranteed.
Yeah, I agree. And then,
but that's a full Cubs outfield, which I usually hate.
I'm fine with Michael Busch too.
Happ, Suzuki, Bellinger, Paredes, Busch.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Busch and Paredes. Now we need a catcher, a second baseman, and a shortstop. Okay, so we have the Cubs. Does Oakland, can we make this just like a pretty big game stack? We could take Langoliers at catcher. Keeps us with Oakland. We could take Zach Geloff at second. Keeps us with Oakland.
Okay. I'm
Leaves
okay
us
with
2,900 at short. And that can just be whoever we think is the best shortstop for that point, which would be not Taylor Walt, Javi Baez, which isn't really a great sitch, but
I'd actually be interested in seeing what happens if we go Washington here.
Instead of the Cubs?
No, instead of the.
Ooh, that got to 34, so we're working on
that's not
it.
bad.
No. Washington as the stack or Washington in alongside that Cubs 5-man?
As a 3 stack and a 5-3.
So that would be CJ Abrams.
Well, definitely Ruiz. He's 3,100 batting cleanup.
If you do Abrams and Ruiz, you can't put anybody in at second.
Correct. So what I'm doing is I'm seeing if there is another.
I'm just going to leave Abrams out at 5,700.
I'm seeing what happens if I go. I'm seeing what happens if I go cheaper at pitching.
I swapped to Ruiz, Luis Garcia, Javi Baez. So same Baez spot from before, but switched from 2-man Oakland to 2-man Washington.
Okay.
32 again.
I mean, this one I'm about to do here is going to be sketchy, but we're doing it anyway.
Okay. Who do I have as the best shortstop play for value? Let's see. Willie Adames? No, that's not right. Best shortstop play relative to salary is Taylor Walls for me. Can't use Taylor Walls.
Okay.
What? I mean, we have Beto, so. Willie Adames, 4,600.
You could try it.
If I go Willie Adames at 4,600, what else can I fill out with the Brewers? So that would be Contreras is 52. Oh, you can get Gary Sanchez.
Run it. See what happens.
At 3,400. Then you have a $2,500 second baseman, which doesn't exist. The only second baseman you can get for 2,500 is Aaron Schunk. And I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I don't think I've ever seen that person's name before. I guess I'm punting with a creative player. Yeah, 6.8%. Honestly, I think the limiting factor here is the Cubs.
It is limiting for sure. I'm trying something else now just to see if this works. So I want to go James Wood with Luis Garcia and Ruiz, and then
Okay.
Bush, Paredes, Swanson, Happ, and Suzuki. So I made a little swap there.
I'm taking Bellinger out as well, so maybe we're on the same page here.
That gets me to Springs. Okay, so I can go Springs here against Oakland. Don't hate that. So it's Springs Beto. 200 remaining. Let's see what happens. 30%. So it's Springs, Beto, Ruiz, Bush, Garcia, Paredes, Swanson, Wood, Happ, and Suzuki.
Do you have to have 3 teams? I can't remember.
No. What do you mean?
I only have Oakland and Chicago in this lineup right now. 32% again. 4-man Oakland, 4-man Cubs with Steele and Beto.
You don't know because you have different pitchers in there.
I just can't remember the roster construction rules for shit like that.
I kind of like this 5-3 Cubs Washington. All right, I want to let's try building. This will be tough though. Washington's surprisingly not cheap.
I can't find anything I like.
Wow, we actually have Washington with the highest value score. Because I guess there are cheap bats in that Washington lineup at the bottom, but like you have a 4,900, a 51, a 57. There are some expensive guys there. Actually, Josh, let's do this. Humor me for a moment.
Happy
let's try Colorado.
With Steele and Beto?
Sure.
You got it.
And the reason, and if any of you guys are wondering why we build these out on the show instead of just talking stacks, because it's so easy to just be like, hey, Washington looks pretty decent, 4.9 total. Milwaukee against Michaelis, Cubs against Kenta Maeda, Yankees against Gavin Williams. But like until you start building them out, it becomes everything kind of comes into focus and is clear once you start building these out. I mean, you and I have built stacks out where you go, hey, it just kind of doesn't work. Like we can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to try. What's up? Oh, yeah, good call. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you reminding me. All right.
Yeah, he hit that like right when we were getting out, didn't he?
I know. I messaged him and told him like, hey, we'll get you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he wants us to run that one, Jordan?
Yeah, run it.
All right, so 5%. Steele, Beto, Ruiz, Gallo, Garcia, Cabrera, Abrams, Soto, Verdugo, Young. Okay. So we got Washington there.
No
we
way
have
this
Beto
lineup
plus,
I just put in works.
Plus Steele. And then what do we have? Is that a 5-3 Washington Yankees? I think it is.
Ugh. I tested the 5-man Rocky stack. I only got to 8%.
Didn't work very well. All right,
no,
try a 5-man Nat stack. This is where we're gonna hit pay dirt.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're right.
Bug Boy sent us one as well, Jordan. Can you run that for Bug Boy? I appreciate the
make him pay. Make him pay for it.
He did.
Did he pay for it?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Never mind. Never mind. I'll take your money.
Yeah, let's try this.
What did Bug Boy run us?
Jordan's putting it in.
Oh, is this one of those cheating Bug Boy ones where he's gonna be like, "Oh, it's 140%," and I came up with it right off the top of my head.
We're about to find out.
That sounds what it's gonna be. One of these phony ones. I don't trust him.
All right, I'm going Steele and Beto. I'm gonna try and jam these Nats guys in here. Now, who do you think makes the most sense? I mean, I think Ruiz you have to go to there.
I agree.
Batting cleanup.
I think you have to have CJ Abrams as well. If you're going to stack the Nats, you want the real people.
Alex Call is 3,400, but he's leading off.
Yep, you can't Can't pass up on that.
I threw James Wood in there as well, batting third.
Old Jim Woods.
So now do we want to go
Ooh, a piece
Garcia?
of candy.
What do you think here?
It's either Garcia or Tena, I think.
Tena batting 6 is super cheap too.
Yeah, 2,300. You're really going to be able to lay out on those final three guys if you go Tena.
Let's try that. Because it gets us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Yeah. And look, 2,300 for a third baseman on a 5-gamer against Cal Quantrill, lefty righty. Like, I understand that Tena sucks, but you know, we're also talking about needing.
It gives us 4,400 remaining for the last 3.
I have the goal score for hitters today at like 16.
Who makes the most sense at first base though? Like first base doesn't look great here.
From anywhere else, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so first would be best guy I have is Josh Naylor
against Cole.
Yeah. And that run doesn't really affect us. Naylor, Brandon Lau, Yandy Diaz are my 3 best first baseman options.
Yeah, I don't want to go Lau here against Beto.
Or Burleson.
What if I did a 3-man Milwaukee with this against Michaelis?
Okay. So you're using
Hoskins, Turang, and Churio would get you
most of the way there.
It would get you all. Bug Boys 79%. Look at that.
I don't trust it. You shouldn't either. That's a farce. We all know it.
Well, I just got 37 on this one.
Every one I get is in the 30s. Or worse.
What if I play Garrett Cole over Steele here? Does that make a difference based on ownership and a similar projection? I bet it does.
Yeah.
40. So not all that much higher.
No. Getting to that like upper echelon of what's coming out of like the proper sims is not a natural occurrence while you're trying to build these manually.
But there's got to be a way to kind of crack the code here. Like there's got to be something out there.
Go to the Tigers like I have. I really hope I don't end up with the Tigers. Oh my God, my highest ranked lineup has Miles Michaelis in it. I don't want that at all.
Trying it with the Cubs. What are your highest exposed stacks right now?
I don't know. It was. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Actually, it might be in this pivot table. It was the Brewers, the Guardians, and the Tigers.
Okay.
But I am running my final sim right now. I thought lock was 110 and it's 105, so I'm trying to move a little bit quicker.
My guess is that Beto might be hurting us a bit here, but
which isn't surprising. Like the things that we like are kind of
actually
like, not necessarily like in the projections.
I did get 27% when I just ran the Sims here. So I got a lot. All right, ready? Watch this. I'm gonna go Beto Corbin here. Corbin is probably the answer. Did Bug Boys lineup have Corbin in it too?
Oh, if Corbin's the answer, change the question.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna end up being.
I don't disagree. Look, I had a bunch of them before we started running all of this stuff, so I don't disagree.
I think he's gonna end up being the answer. I do.
Man, these short slates suck. It's really not fun to play some of these idiots.
It definitely complicates things.
All right, I'm running my final sim, so I'll have my exposures in 2 minutes.
All right, I'm running this one right now. The only way this isn't good is because it's way too chalky. Let's see.
I'm gonna guess 18.
66.
Ooh, look at that. All right.
Corbin, Beto, Ruiz, I'll give you Washington. Abrams, Wood, Call, Garcia with Michael Bush, Suzuki, and Paredes.
It's the best one we built.
Yeah.
Not even close either.
I hope that wasn't the exact same lineup that Bug Boy ran.
I doubt it. It would be funny if it was like you thought you came up with the goods and all you were doing was just putting in the same shit.
Nah, it wasn't.
All right. Paste.
I like that though. Corbin might be the answer, as gross as it feels.
I hate even hearing you say it. I never want him. Like, I'm gonna have 20% of him, I think, but I'm never cool with it.
No, you're never going to feel good about it, but there's definitely something to that.
I just uploaded my lineups, so now I can tell you what my exposures are. Are you ready?
Let's hear it. We still have about 7-8 minutes.
74% Justin Steele, 32% Garrett Cole, 32% Freddie Peralta, 10% Osvaldo Bido, and the one that is really just going to ruin my morning, 40% of Patrick Corbin. I have
40. Wait, hold on. Now you have 40% Corbin.
Yeah, I also have 37% of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. My biggest stacks are the Brewers and the Rays. Everything I have for DFS today is the exact opposite of what I would have if I chose it myself.
Man, that's a lot of Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least he's facing the Rockies.
Yeah, I mean, like, on paper, I don't care. It's okay. The Rockies are dog shit. But, like, Corbin's just the pitching version of the Rockies.
Right. It's like one of them. It's the movable force against the stoppable object.
Yeah. I have 26 Milwaukee 5-mans. That seems unnecessary.
You have that much Milwaukee?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They're just Baltimore from yesterday for me.
And that did end up pretty good for you.
They started scoring a couple of runs. It got interesting.
God, we have everyone
interesting from my lineups.
We have everybody from Washington projected so well. It's crazy. Like even your 7 and 8 hitters.
I don't
Pretty
like
crazy.
my lineups.
What's that?
I really don't like my lineups.
Maybe that means you'll have a good day.
It wouldn't hurt. I won't be mad about it. It's just too much Milwaukee. I kind of want to adjust for it, but at the same time, I don't anticipate doing that.
I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm still struggling.
I should definitely do that. Mm.
Okay, here we go.
I might make some manual adjustments. I think I have to. That's just too big of a stand. I know Milwaukee. The moment I make that adjustment, Milwaukee's going to come out and just brutalize people.
Are you saying too? Okay, yeah, too big of a stand on Milwaukee. You're saying?
Yeah, I'm going to walk it back a little bit. Now I can have like. Now I have 15 Milwaukee 5-mans instead of 25 or whatever. But I've only dropped down to my 61st ranked lineup instead of top 50. I'll never care about that. So That flattens me out a little bit more, and I think is a lot more reasonable.
Let's see here. Yeah, and live before lock tonight. What time is it, Jordan? 5 or 6? What time? Do you know? Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna make these changes. I'll fuck with this.
It starts at. Well, wait, are they including the 6 p.m. game? If so, then it'll probably be like oh, I see what you're saying. Just like a 6 to 6:40 show. Got you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's got to be
How many games are on the night slate? 5?
5 games, yeah.
Okay, so 2 5s today.
Yep, 5 games starting at 6:40.
All right, I have my official updated exposures for walking back Milwaukee. I took them from, I had 294% of 800% for the hitters. I've walked that down now to 216.
Okay.
So, 25% reduction. I'm very happy with that. I think that's a lot more manageable and probably doesn't hang me out to dry as much as it could have. 72% Steele, 40% Corbin, 34 Cole, 30 Peralta, 6 Beto. My second biggest stack is the Rays against Beto. So if Beto goes out there and strikes out 8+, great. I've already bet the laddered strikeout or the alt strikeout line. But if Beto just is himself, the guy that I expected him to be, then go Brew Crew.
Go Beto. I laddered those, so that should be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actively cheering against you big time.
He's just going to get lit up in the first.
I hope he does.
I hope he doesn't.
I've 30% of Josh Lowe, so I hope he's the one that does the damage. Single tater salad.
What am I doing with $175 on a Beto ladder strikeout prop?
I mean, it's not the worst thing you've ever done.
It's a good spot.
It's a good spot.
Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Live before lock coming up next. You already did Odd Shopper Live?
Already in the books, baby.
Go check out the replay on Twitter or on YouTube. My picks for tonight's preseason games tomorrow already up. Everything over there on Odd Shopper. So if you want, check that out. If you're sick like me, it's a whole lot of fun. Either way, shout out to Jordan producing this one. We'll see you back here tomorrow to close out the week. Josh won't be with us, but I'll be here.
Odd Shopper Live tomorrow, 9 a.m.
There you go. Peace. I just got one to 70.